HeroQuest.
It's time to ready our dices and reach for our weapons as we charge head first into a horde of pesky greenskins. HeroQuest was a board game created by Milton Bradley back in the day, developed in union with Games Workshop. It was set in the old world of Warhammer, a world plagued by goblins and other Tolkien-esque horrors. HeroQuest was Dungeons and Dragons, really, where you had a games master, and it was their job to build the dungeons using the tiles and the plastic figures that came with the game. And then the other players had to figure out how to overcome the horrors of their creation, fighting monsters and hunting treasures along the way. It was a popular game and had expansions like Kellar's Keep and The Return of the Witch Lord. Sounds like a very pleasant fellow indeed, eh? In 1991, the board game was eventually adapted into a PC game. I remember seeing it released on the Commodore 64, the Amiga, and DOS computer systems. Now, I only ever played the later two versions of the game. The C64 version of the game slipped through my fingers, alas. There was a homebrew port of the game for the NES as well. I saw it for sale on eBay once. That might be quite an interesting game to play in the future. The four main characters that you get to control in the game are the Barbarian, renowned for smashing people over the head with his broadsword. The Elf, who uses a sort of a short one-handed sword. Doesn't appear to have a bow and arrow, but I do think you can equip him with a bow and arrow. Because, of course, elves are renowned archers, if you read the books and watch the films. A certain film in particular comes to mind. Then you have the wily wizard, of course, known for throwing magic spells about all over the place and accidentally killing his friends, if he's not careful, and frying off the beer of the dwarf, who's the fourth and final of the great champions on this legendary journey. And the dwarf is well known for chopping up goblins with its axe. While looking about, I found these nice little cards that give some information on the background of the characters. I just enjoyed reading them. You have the elf here. You are a prince in your own land. Your magical relics and deadly aim are well known among friend and foe. The dwarf. You are a fine warrior and an excellent miner, a great asset on any dungeon excursion. The barbarian. Traveling from your ancestral home in the mountains, you seek opponents to do battle with for glory. But today, in this video, I will be fighting the forces of evil in the DOS version of the game. I used to play this on my old PC back in the day, back in that halcyon era of PC gaming. Here's my original copy of the game. I picked it up out of a Woolworths bargain bin years ago, back when Woolworths existed in the United Kingdom. It doesn't anymore, but here's a look at the cover and the CD, and you can see the Woolworths label still attached. Now, I also own this game for the Amiga as well, which I actually think that version has better graphics compared to this version. Now, the DOS version was a funny thing because it came with this odd soundtrack that sounded very similar to Golden Brown by the Stranglers. But my computer decided to be a swine and completely refuses to play any of the sound from HeroQuest while I was playing the game and recording. But you can still hear my voice. Well, whatever. We can't always win, can we, with these things? Now we know where we are, let's do this. And yes, I've skipped the lengthy introduction screen. The introduction screen is absolutely awful. It begins every time you start a new game, and it forces you to sit through the whole damn thing without mercy. There's no way of skipping it. So I've cut the intro screen out for your sake. You really don't need to see it. The story for HeroQuest is as generic a fantasy story as you could ever imagine, honestly, believe me. Honestly, it's just your typical fantasy stuff. Evil wizard wants to take over, and brave heroes must take up arms to fight him. You know how it goes. Now onwards into some gameplay of HeroQuest. The next map, Lair of the Orc Warlord. Prince Magnus has ordered that the Orc Warlord Ulag, who was responsible for the kidnapping of Sir Ragnar, should be sought out and killed. Whoever kills Ulag will be rewarded with 100 gold coins. Any treasure found in Ulag's stronghold may also be kept. How very generous of them. Okay, let's enter the dungeon. I understand, Mentor. And here we have, we've got all of the lads here, all of the lads. You've got the barbarian, Sigmar the dwarf, we have the elf, and we have the wizard on a merry quest to defeat the evil Ulag. Alright. Oh, whoa, we have a goblin. Alright, boys, stand back. Let's take out this goblin. Dead in one stroke, the barbarian Sigmar shows his strength yet again. What would we do without Sigmar, hey everyone? Okay, now the dwarf steps up to show what he's got. And he can't get through the door. Brilliant. And the elf won't be able to get through the door. And the wizard won't be able to get through the door. So let's go back to the barbarian. So you find a small wooden box. It is old and plain, but inside there is 50 gold coins worth of jewels. Very nice. I'm not very good with magic and spells. I'm a warrior. I just am. So I probably, when I started this game, I had to select which magic I was going to use for the wizard. And I'm going to be honest, I don't get it. I probably won't use many spells in this. All right. So for all those magician wizard lovers, please forgive me. I'm just not into it. I'm just not into the magic. I'm a warrior. Right. Let's take out the goblin. The enemy survived. Wretched dwarf. What's wrong with you, dwarf? We were relying on you, you stunted little goat-bearded oaf. All right, maybe the elf can do better. Come on, elf, get in there. Show what you can do with that sword of yours. Take out the goblin, elf. Do what your friend could not. Excellent stroke, my friend. The enemy is dead. Beautiful stuff. Poetry, sheer poetry. That's what we're witnessing right now in HeroQuest. Poetry. And the wizard is going to wait here to give the barbarian 3 moves to give the barbarian the chance that he needs to. No, I cocked that up. Okay, dwarf, lead the way, my young lad. Actually, let's just see if there's any secrets. Despite a thorough search, you find nothing. Okay, and the dwarf is stuck. This is the problem when you play with a party like this and the guy gets stuck in front of a door. You're pretty damn trapped. Okay, tucked into the toe of an old boot is a valuable gem. The stone is worth 50 gold coins. They know the worth of their coin. They know the worth of their precious stones. These guys, they're talented. They're talented warriors. They understand the price of precious specimens. Okay. 2 orcs. Okay, dwarf, time to swing that axe of thine and slay these vicious beasts. The enemy survived. The wizard here is trailing behind. Poor soul. And oh no! I messed up. The wizard is blocking the door. Now the barbarian can't help. Okay, so the dwarf is attacked twice and survived the attack by the 2 orcs. Can the barbarian? Yes, the barbarian is through the door. I thought he was going to be stuck behind the door. Can you imagine what an adventure this is? The enemy is dead. Imagine they made like a big budget movie of HeroQuest, and it was like the Lord of the Rings that had that kind of budget, like 100 million, and the characters are coming in and they're just sort of blocking up the doors, and they're like, excuse me, can I get through? Not until we turn the dice and get 5 die moves. If you don't mind, barbarian, be a bit more patient, will you, boy? We need to toss the dice about. Oh, forgive me. And the barbarian's like, forgive me. And I might have the wizard and the barbarian go south to deal with the wretched orc beast. I'm going to let the barbarian take over and lead the way in front of the wizard. Go forth, dwarf.
Wait a second. I've forgotten the name of this monster. It's not a goblin. It's a Famir. A Famir. Oh, good gracious me. All right, slay this vile, wretched thing. And the enemy survived. This is your chance, dwarf, to prove yourself to the party. Kill it. Yes! Good man. Good dwarf, I mean. Elf, enter the chamber. Elf, have a look for some gold. Yep. Luck is with you. A small treasure chest contains 100 gold coins. Marvelous. £100 will go far in the medieval era. Alright, the barbarian is on his way now. He joins the wizard. He kicks down the door and he finds two dreaded beasts. And he can't move. He's run out of moves. And so he's stuck there. And the wizard can do sorrow. Damn it. Okay, the dwarf is back. Let's look for some secret doors. Despite thorough search, you find nothing. And, yep, that's pretty much it. The dwarf and the elf are stuck now in this room. Can the elf do anything? No, he can't. Brilliant. Okay, wizard, get through that door. And the wizard can't get through the door. Brilliant. So he can't help the barbarian. What a disaster our quest is. Let's look for some treasure. 10 gold coins can buy us a beer, which we will need after fighting these vile monsters. We survived the attack. Alright, barbarian. Now let's move out. We can't move out of the way of the door. Damn, these doors are... Do you know, I think the doors in this game are the most dangerous fiend. They just get in the way. Right, can we... Oh no, there's more beasts! I thought if I went for the door I'd be safe, but I'm not safe. We're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. I'm surrounded by 2 orcs and a Famir. But the barbarian is so legendary and strong. He will... Ooh, what's this then? Hey, let's have a little look around. You find a spear on the weapon rack. The enemy survived. Damn and darn it. And the wizard can't do nothing more. Alright, let's roll that dice. You survived the attack, thank goodness. The barbarian is surrounded by beasts. Barbarian, do what you must. Slay the orc. Brilliant! The orc is down. I'm gonna back up. Let's join the wizard and help him out. Bless his heart. You survived the attack. No. I mean, yes, that's good. Right, now kill him. Kill the Famir, please. End it. The enemy survived. That is a joke. Okay, dwarf. And now we need your support. We need your strength. We need your military arm in this ancient struggle.
And there's the elf there, in the distance. Not doing much. This Famir is so powerful, we just can't get him.
Survived the attack. Nice. Why is he so powerful? Right. Barbarian, for the name of mercy, just get rid of it. The enemy is dead. Good. We can progress at last.
I think now we should join all of the warriors together. Maybe, as one, they can all turn the tide of the fight.
Right. Slay the orc. Yes, the orc is dead in one stroke of my blade. This is exactly what we want to see in this legendary quest. Dwarf, move in, my boy. Wait a second. Are we going the right way? I used to play this game as a kid, but I haven't played it in a long time since the old days. Let's have a little look around. When was the last time I played this? I'm scared to say. God, it must be like 20 years. It has to be like 20. That is a scary amount of time. So I'm playing this game in the first time since 20 years and sort of rediscovering it. And it's... That must be Ulag! That is Ulag standing before me. Ooh. And it's bringing back a lot of nostalgia. But that's Ulag, all right. I want the other guys to get in because this Ulag is going to be a tough son of a gun. Right, attack. Oh, I thought it was good. I thought, ooh, the Emperor bestows 100 gold coins on the Slayer of Ulag. God bless the Emperor. I thought it was going to be an epic fight. The enemy is dead. That Ulag was easier to beat than that damn Famir guy earlier on, who just stood against all of our attacks. I just want to look at the map. I just want to assess my situation. There's the exit. So I'm presuming we need to make our way back to the exit. Okay, wizard, check out the room. Ooh, let's have a little look about. The oak cupboard contains a potion of healing and 30 gold coins. Beautiful. All right. We've done it. We've done the quest. And do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed that. I absolutely did. I thought it was great. 20 years. But I'm still young, all right? I'm still young. I'm not that old. I don't want you to confuse me with this guy over here in the corner with the white hair and the white beard. I am not that guy. Not that guy. Not yet. It'll be a long time before I get to be him. We need to get all characters, and I can't move because it's blocked. We need to get all characters back over here to the exit and exit the map. You have escaped the quest intact. Well done. Sigmar exits the dungeon, and the quest is done. You escaped the quest intact. Well done. There we go. All the players are out. But do you know what? I like this game. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10.
HeroQuest!
The adventure never ends. Good luck out there.